Every great journey begins with a single step. And at Jesse K. Hospital College of Health Sciences, that step is met with warmth, guidance, and possibility. Here, learning goes beyond the books. It is where future healthcare heroes are nurtured by passionate instructors who believe in their potential. From theory to practice, our healthcare assistant students gain real-world skills in real healthcare settings, preparing them to serve, support, and make a difference from day one. Because at Jesse K. Hospital College of Health Sciences, we don't just teach healthcare, we empower excellence. Admissions are now open for our January and February intakes. Step into your future today. Find us at Blessed House, 5th floor, opposite Garden City Mall. Jesse K. Hospital College of Health Sciences, empowering excellent healthcare.
At Jesse K. Hospital, we understand that a child's smile is priceless. That's why our dental services are tailored with care and compassion to ensure your little ones have the best experience possible. From gentle checkups to specialized treatments, our pediatric dental experts create a safe and friendly environment, making every visit fun and stress-free. Because we believe healthy habits start young. And for the grown-ups, we've got you covered too, with top-notch dental care for the whole family. Visit Jesse K. Hospital today, located in Roysambu, opposite Park University on Lumumba Drive, and experience dental care that's gentle, professional, and family-friendly. Jesse K. Hospital, you first.
A very good morning to you, our viewer. Welcome to Healthy You program powered by Faith Today TV. We are just here in our studios at Blessed House, and we are so much glad that you've joined us today. Thank you so very much for the very many days you've been joining, and I'm very sure you keep learning so that you can lead healthy, informed lives. Where with great information, you're sure that your life can never be the same again. The things that you are ignorant about are because you do not have sufficient information. And to bridge that gap, we are promoting healthcare through media. We are so much glad that you joined today. And just to remind you that this program is sponsored by Jesse K. Hospital, an amazing level 4 hospital at Roysambu. They have another branch in Juja Farm, another one in Mariaine, and they're doing quite amazing. I'm sure you can just give in the comment sections how many times you've visited us and you've also received any service at that facility and how it was. We're so much glad today. And today is World Hand Hygiene Day. World Hand Hygiene Day. And World Hand Hygiene Day is celebrated every year on the 5th of May, and it's led by WHO. Every year we celebrate World Hand Hygiene Day, and it's a global reminder that clean hands save lives, especially in healthcare settings, but also in everyday life. And today I'm joined by an amazing guest, an amazing guest. She does very well in terms of nutrition and very many places of consultation for children, for adults, and all those spaces. She's been working with Jesse K. Hospital. She's going to tell us a little bit more about herself and the things she likes most. Then we'll get to begin. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Welcome, Esther.
Thank you so much.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
You can just say hi to our viewers.
Okay. Good morning, all. So my name is Esther Mwangi, a clinical nutritionist. I've been in Jesse K for quite some time. I've been seeing children, adults, handling different cases. And I'm glad to be here to discuss about hand hygiene and anything concerning hygiene, because that is something I'm very keen on.
Wow.
Because without good hygiene, definitely we will be having so many diseases coming up, so many cross-contamination coming in. And my aim here is to make sure that we have a good conversation, that we'll be able to enlighten people.
Wow. Your hands could be carrying more than you think. Your hands could be carrying more than you think. Hand hygiene is one of the simplest and most effective ways to prevent the spread of infections, illnesses such as COVID-19, flu, and foodborne diseases. Yeah. According to WHO, they say that proper hand hygiene can significantly reduce health-associated infections. That hand hygiene can significantly reduce health-associated infections. Maybe to begin this conversation, Esther, many people think hand hygiene is just about looking clean. From a clinical perspective, what does hygiene really mean? Just simplify it. You know, the people think showering, when you clean your clothes, that's okay. The people who clean their clothes but don't do the other thing. So in simple terms, you can just help us understand that in the various ecosystems of life.
Okay, so hygiene goes down to explaining, yes, cleaning yourself is also part of the hygiene, but it's not the only thing that should follow when it comes to hygiene. There is also how you dispose your waste, also how cleanliness when it comes to washing your hands before even handling food, to ensure you don't have the cross-contamination, to avoid a person in any infection or diseases. And this is something that not many people are very keen to follow on. You'll find there's somebody before even handling food, they are not keen to wash their hands. And even though they'll wash their hands, how properly have they washed those hands? So it is so keen to make sure that you wash your hands well, you follow all the hygiene in terms of washing yourself, washing your hands, proper disposal of wastes, observing good hygiene when it comes also to coughing and sneezing, and also even before handling other things, you have to make sure you clean your hands.
Wow. Yeah. Even though God gave us the hands as a great asset, we use our hands in very, very many ways.
True.
But I am cognizant of the fact that there's a hidden danger in our hands. So why are our hands such a major carrier of germs?
You know one thing, germs is not something that you can see. They're very tiny. Not unless you go and actually have a look at it from the microscope. That's when you'll have to see the essence of washing our hands. So cleaning our hands is very key. And this comes in, you have to clean our hands after visiting the toilet, before preparing food, even before eating. After eating is also very key, because now after you eat, that food, when it remains in the hands, of course, with time it will start generating bacteria. So meaning you have to wash your hands. Also before changing the baby and after changing the baby, it is very key to make sure that you observe all those hygiene cases. So our hands carry a lot. You know, we touch so many things. How sure are you that the matatu you went in, how sure are you it was clean? So it is always key to wash our hands. I know many times having a sanitizer in your bag is good. It's very key in the absence of where there is no water, because at least it can kill 99.9%. It will be able to kill the germs present in your hands. So if you're able to have a small hand sanitizer in your bag or in your pocket, it will go a long way to prevent disease prevention. And also spread of any communicable diseases that may come along.
Wow.
Yes.
So your hands are in constant movement. Every time you are in activity, touching the baby, touching surfaces, traveling. If you have them, they're always on the move, greeting people.
Exactly.
And that way, that is how you are contacting yourself with germs. So it's very important we get to take care of them. Every single time, our hands are reservoirs of these germs because of the very many places we get to touch. So what illnesses can spread through unclean hands? The people who've decided now, I'm trying to clean my hands. The people try, the people forget, the people who germs were not even aware. You see how ignorant we are as a community or as a people. Germs, something falls, you pick it. You eat somebody, after greeting somebody, you meet something to eat. You don't even remember you did clean your hands. You're already eating. So what are some of those illnesses that spread through unclean hands?
Well, I like so much dealing with children. So this is something that I normally talk about it may bring about diarrheal diseases. And I know Pfizer is the vaccine that's normally given out there, but that doesn't mean that you cannot get the disease. So at this point, maintaining a good hygiene makes sure that we avoid any cases of diarrhea or vomiting, because you pick up diseases like cholera, typhoid, because of not watching on hygiene. And at this point, besides washing hands, also even in food preparation, if you're not keen to make sure that you're not watching hygiene even in food preparation, we'll pass on these diseases that may come along. This goes a long way also when it comes to coughing and sneezing. After you have coughed and sneezed, not everyone will be keen to to cough and sneeze in the right way. Ideally, we say it's on your elbow, right? But not all. Some will do this, and the next minute they'll want to shake your hands. That's why I'm insisting. If you're able to make sure that you wash your hands or sanitize your hands after or even before doing anything, it will go a long way to preventing disease, spread of disease, and even infections that may come along. Yes, because some of these communicable diseases that, for instance, like now TB, comes along without observing the right hygiene ways of coughing or even washing your hands and making sure that the place that you stay is clean. Like I've just mentioned, typhoid and cholera, not washing our hands, taking water that is not clean, food that is not well prepared, to make sure that you have watched hygiene. If it's not observed, definitely you'll lead to having infection and diseases.
Wow.
Yes.
There are people who go an extra mile and they try to clean their hands. But I believe there's some mistakes we also make while we're cleaning our hands. What are some of these mistakes? We don't know the best way of cleaning our hands. Somebody thinks just splashing water on my hands, that's enough. Or once even I touch a little bit of the water, the people will see them do, then they have left. Somebody washes one hand, leaves the other. So what are some of the common mistakes you've seen people do while washing their hands?
You just mentioned a few of them. And there is a process on which you need to follow to make sure that you wash your hands. You have washed your hands properly, of which the first thing should be not only pouring some water on your hands and you say that's it. No. You wet your hands first, you apply some soap, rub your palms together like this. And then there are the different steps that you normally follow in hand washing. There is the rubbing back to back, the in-between fingers. We have this to make sure that we get rid of any dirt that's in between. We also have this to make sure that we have removed any germs that's in your fingernails, right? And then at the end of after you're done with that, you rinse your hands with clean water, then dry with a clean cloth or you air dry them. And at this point, washing your hands should take at least 20 seconds. How many people do? How many people do? Ideally, ni dakika moja and they are done.
They're done.
Yes. Ideally, it's supposed to be between 20 seconds. If you're able to go even up to 1 minute, it will make sure to ensure that you have completely washed your hands properly. So at this point, like you have just mentioned, it's not just pouring some water on your hands. No. It's not just washing one hand. Actually, when you wash that one hand, how sure are you that all the germs are out?
Yeah.
You need to, like I've just said, rub your hands. Yes.
Wow. One hand, this fact that one clean plate is placed on another dirty plate makes the entire dirty atmosphere.
Yes.
Great. Maybe when should people wash their hands during the day? The people moving every single time, they're saying, now, I've not touched anywhere. My hands have just been in the pocket. Is there any importance of washing my hands?
It is
what are some of the instances people should wash their hands during the day?
It is very key to wash our hands. Before eating and after eating, very key. Like I've just mentioned, why after eating. After visiting the toilets, not many people remember that. And I'm sorry to mention this, especially the males after going for a short cough. Most of them, I'm sure they don't wash their hands. I'm not trying to point out anyone in person, but it is always key to wash our hands. Because the reason why I'm really concerned about the toilet is because that handle you touched, how many people have touched it?
Very many.
When you flush that, how many people have touched it?
Mm-hmm.
And also still the act of having to, because now urine and fecal matter, that's how you're able to, that's how you pass now any infection or diseases that come up. So it is very key to wash your hands after visiting the toilet. The other thing is after changing the baby's diaper.
Mm-hmm.
It's still the same thing as having to visit the toilet. It's just that now at this point it's changing the baby's diaper. The other time also that you need to make sure that you wash your hands is before preparing any meal. Also making sure also the utensils that you're using are clean, the surface that you're preparing your food is clean. So at this point, of course, you can do all that without having to make sure that you've washed your hands.
Yeah.
And I'm sure very few people wash their hands before preparing food. It's a step that so many people avoid. Yes. So the best thing is, because I'm trying to imagine, like I've just said, umetoka kwa ile matatu. How sure that matatu or that money that you've touched, how sure it's clean. So the best thing before preparing any meal, just make sure you wash your hands.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Profound. Now, we can now go to body hygiene and how it is connected to you leading better health. Mm-hmm. How does overall body hygiene contribute to better health? You know, the people who their environments are clean, they clean their foods, mm-hmm. they clean their beddings, they clean everything else mm-hmm. apart from themselves. So we can connect that and see how they can lead better lives.
Now, if you clean your environment and you don't clean yourself, I feel like you're returning the germs back to to the surface you just cleaned. Uh-huh. So it is always key to make sure that you clean yourself. Mm-hmm. And at this point, it goes down to taking a good shower. It's not only with running water only. Just scrub with having soap and running water. Take a shower, or even the karai. Just make sure the water that you're using is also clean, that you're cleaning yourself. Mm-hmm. The other thing is cleaning your teeth. Mm-hmm. I know dental hygiene is something that is normally an issue with many. And that's why we always say it's good to go and visit a dentist if you don't know how to brush your teeth. They'll show you how to. Mm-hmm. Because there are also ways in which you make sure you have to brush your teeth, to make sure that you reach all the places that needs to be reached to make sure that you have healthy teeth. Mm-hmm. Because ideally you can get an infection from there. And it can go all the way down to your system. And not many people see that. No, not many do. So it is very key to make sure that dental hygiene is also observed. The other thing, your clothes, cleaning your clothes oftenly. And avoid, I know some people recycle their clothes for days and days. And they go picking germs everywhere. Yeah. It is very key to make sure that you clean your clothes. Avoid recycling if you're able to, because we go picking up germs in every surface that we come along with. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking now if it's a house that we're having small children you're dealing with, you're putting these babies' lives in danger. Because at one point, because having to think about it, the immune of this child is not well built. So to make sure that, and I know I'm focusing so much on children, but that doesn't mean even the adults are not at risk of picking up these infections. Because you have seen, let me give an instance. You'll go to the washroom. Let's say you need to use the washroom. Tenda kutumia zile washroom za kanjo, si ndio? Yeah. As much as they clean them, how sure are you they're 100% clean? So, and there you can pick up very many infections that you'll pass along to other people. And so that's why I'm saying it is very key to make sure you observe hygiene bodily, washing your clothes well, brushing your teeth the right way, and making sure at all points you wash your hands. Before eating, before handling anything that might pose a risk to anyone, such as food, it is very key to make sure that you watch on hygiene.
Wow.
Yes.
Before eating, after eating, before touching any surface. Once you get home as a father, begin at the the sink first before proceeding to the baby.
Yes.
Wow. Maybe I should ask this one. Is there a difference between showering with cold water and hot water?
No, I don't think there is any difference. What matters is how you clean yourself, because they have to. Of course, at this point, you have to include soap. Having the reason I'm insisting on having soap is because I'm thinking of that person who works in Amji. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be somebody who works in Amjengo or do this heavy work. Even us as human beings, we sweat, right?
Yeah.
We also produce oils, right? And these oils, there's dust or germs that stick. So to make sure that we are completely clean, that's why we have to include soap and clean water. It may be hot, it may be hot shower or cold shower. What matters is there is soap included and clean water.
Clean water.
Yes.
So in terms of soap as well, I see there are people, I've seen a lot online, people recommending shower gels, the people who are against these other bar soaps. What is your take on that?
If you're not sharing so many people, you can use one bar soap. I don't really think there is any harm.
There's no problem in
How
sharing.
many people can afford a shower gel, in all honesty? How many people can?
Just very few.
Exactly. So what matters is how you're storing that soap. Yes.
Great. Maybe we can look at what are some of the risks that come with poor personal hygiene. Somebody there, they don't take their daily shower, they brush their teeth sometimes, not every single time. They've not gone for dental checkup in a long while. And what are some of the risks that will develop from that particular instance?
One thing I can think about it is bacterial growth, growth of bacteria. At this point, if bacteria grows, you know, every part of our body is connected.
Yes.
So if you don't brush your teeth, there is growth of bacteria, and it can go because there is blood going through all over your body. Of course, it will go down to your system. It goes down to your system if you're not very keen to make sure that you brush your teeth well to avoid any bacterial growth. The other thing, if you don't take a shower, definitely you're also posing yourself to infections, because you'll pick up bacteria here and there. And the possibility, and of course, you'll go and eat, not wash your hands. What did you touch? Unclean surface, you'll pick up infections. So number one is infections. Number two, you're also putting other people at risk because of the idea of cross-contamination, especially if you're the one preparing meals and you're not observing hygiene. Definitely you'll be exposing other people also to those infections, right?
Yeah.
So it is very key to make sure to avoid any diarrheal cases, to avoid any bacterial cases or infections that may come up, even communicable diseases that come up. To avoid all these from coming up, we need to make sure that we watch hygiene. Either bodily hygiene, besides now the environment and also our food, it's good to also observe hygiene, bodily hygiene.
How should we take care of our kitchens at home? Maybe because most people will come, you touch the microwave, somebody left, even though they washed their hands, but before touching, somebody else just came, touched, proceeded with eating and all that. Maybe what are some of the general practices you do yourself at home, just to make sure your kitchen is safe for your children's food and your family's food?
If you talk about me, I'll give a whole story, because I'm very keen when it comes to my kitchen. Hygiene is number one. I have to make sure the surfaces are clean. Many times you'll find even before I cook, I wash first the utensils, if there are any dirty utensils, just to make sure wherever I'm preparing my food is clean. Because for starters, I'll start thinking I'll be passing on any germs that are in the other utensils that are in the sink. So the best thing, number one, is to clean. Like I said, start with first washing your hands. Make sure you clean the surface that you're using. Be it in preparation of food or serving of meals, make sure all your surfaces are clean. And at this point, surfaces may include the cooker, may include the microwave you just mentioned. Also making sure that your utensils are clean. You may clean the surface, but your utensils are not clean and you're still using them when they're not clean. Of course, cross-contamination will come in. The other thing is now what we call cross-contamination. I know we mentioned this, I've mentioned this so much. This may come in food preparation. Mostly where people may tend to use, you'll find people use the same chopping board to prepare raw and cooked food, which ideally is not good. Because this cooked food already, the germs have been killed. The raw, I'm trying to think about raw meat. Raw meat has a lot of and if it's not well cooked, of course, if you mix cooked and uncooked, possibility of picking up infections is quite easy. I'm trying to think of somebody who's preparing pig meat. Hey, picking up brucellosis is not a walk in the park to have to treat that.
Yeah.
So it is very key to make sure. If it's a chopping board, let's have separate chopping board for. If it's for cutting meat, let it be separate. Raw vegetables and fruits should be separate. Cooked meals should be separate to avoid cross-contamination of those now the infection. To avoid passing on the infection from one to the other. Yes, from contaminating one food to the other. So our kitchen is one place you need to be very keen. I'm sure if you have had an experience with running to the hospital because of vomiting and diarrhea, it's not an interesting thing to go through.
It is not at all.
So the best thing to do is to make sure that you watch hygiene at all. Make sure you observe hygiene at all points. Yes.
Great. So our kitchens are taken care of by us. If we don't take care of them, nobody, or they will not take care of themselves.
Very true.
Before cooking, after cooking, where our utensils are, where we've stored the raw food, how we store them. Even maybe just a little bit of, I'm looking at normal lifestyle things we do at home. The fridge, how do you take care of that? The people preserve food for 3 months, 4 months. Is it still safe?
No. Oh my God. Actually, you even alter the tastes and the nutrition. The nutrition, many times you alter the taste of even that food because it have overstayed. Because this is what I'm thinking about when it comes to the fridge. The reason why, when it comes, I'll just give an example. In a hospital, we are very keen about observing that fridge for putting vaccines. Reason is because when you tamper with the temperatures, you tamper with also the vaccine.
Yeah.
The thing people need to understand is the same way we are very keen about those vaccines. It's the same way we need to be very keen with food. Because that opening and closing, you're also tampering with the temperatures. And of course, if you put food for that long and there is that opening and closing, or even, let's say you're not even opening and closing it, how many times lights go off?
Yeah.
How long? You're not even sure how long the lights are off. So preserving this food for that long, I don't really think it's really safe for human consumption. And I'm sure it also food has its own shelf life.
Yeah.
There is only
Very important.
Yeah, it's always keen to make sure that you observe that. Because this is something I've seen also. Just the other day, I stored pineapple. I forgot completely about it. Trust me, it's in the fridge, but it had molds. I had to throw it away. So it is very key. You can imagine, and it was barely even a month. It was just a week old, and it had molds. And I was not in that house. It was not being opened and closed. Now I'm trying to imagine if that grew molds. What about food that has been stored in the fridge for 3 months? Is it really safe for consumption?
It's not safe at all.
And then one thing I've forgotten to mention when it comes to the kitchen, if we are not very keen to make sure that hygiene is observed in the kitchen, you're welcoming rodents, you're welcoming insects that, of course, they will go and contaminate your food. And that's the same food you're going to eat because you think maybe you won't find them there on that food, but how sure are you they didn't pass through? And this comes along with even covering how well you store your food, how well you clean your utensils, and keeping the surface clean. So to keep away the rodents and the insects like the cockroaches and the like. the only way is to make sure that you observe hygiene. So watu wa kuweka chakula kwa fridge, najua mara mingi, I'm sure most people when we are growing up, they have not grown up with this fridge. And trust me, you'll find out that chances of getting diseases was very low because you also always used to take fresh food. Why don't we make sure that we are very keen to make sure that as much as we're going to store this food in the fridge, it's not for so long, just to make sure we're also preserving also the nutritional value of this meal, and also to make sure that we are not having molds growing in that, or even having germs coming in, because this is something that has affected so many. I know maybe people have not learned the science of so many things. You'll find like meat when it's whole, you're reducing the spread of germs. But once you mince it, you it's like umeongeza surface area ya germs could go into. So you can imagine if you're storing this meat for so long, is it really safe for consumption? I know many a times you always say if you cook it well, it is best to consume. But I feel if you're able to make sure that whatever you're taking is fresh and haikai sana kwa fridge, it will go a long way to avoid all these infections that may come in.
Wow.
Yes.
So these are the normal habits we practice in our homes. These are things we do which are not in order. They're not in good in good practice, especially in terms of our health. Your fridge, your kitchen, your toilet, your living room, your bed, all those things concern you, and how you take care of them concerns how you're going to progress health-wise.
True.
We're going to run into a short break. Then maybe you can begin to share in your questions, send in questions you have. And in the second segment, we'll be looking at now food hygiene and environmental hygiene. The place you're around, how do you store your garbage? How do you dispose certain things, the food stuff, the different wastages you get in the house? You know, the people just throw plastic papers in the same bag with food and all that. We're going to be looking at decoding that, and how can we be part of a general environmental, clean community? How can we ensure that the places we are walking around, you can also be part of it? We're seeing a lot of papers and garbages all over the place, and we can take action in terms of making that easy. We've seen a lot of, what are they called? The drainage is blocking, and it is our responsibility. You have a paper, you have a wrapper, you're throwing it down. But in the second segment, we'll be looking at what are some of the simple ways you can just be part of that particular journey. Meanwhile, send in your questions. This is a healthyyou program sponsored by JCK Hospital. I'll see you shortly after the break.
Every great journey begins with a single step. And at Jesse K. Hospital College of Health Sciences, that step is met with warmth, guidance, and possibility. Here, learning goes beyond the books. It is where future healthcare heroes are nurtured by passionate instructors who believe in their potential. From theory to practice, our healthcare assistant students gain real-world skills in real healthcare settings preparing them to serve, support, and make a difference from day one. Because at Jessie K Hospital College of Health Sciences, we don't just teach healthcare, we empower excellence. Admissions are now open for our January and February intakes. Step into your future today. Find us at Blessed House, 5th floor, opposite Garden City Mall. Jessie K Hospital College of Health Sciences, empowering excellent healthcare.
Welcome back, our viewers. I'm so much excited for this second segment. We've seen a lot of people are viewing, a lot of people are watching, and wow, you guys are learning quite a lot. I can see there are very many people who are mentioning that they're getting a lot of value in today's session. Esther, they are really benefiting. They didn't know that these simple things they've been practicing are the wrong things. So we are enabling them to do even better. Thank you so very much for them that joined in the first segment. As I promised, in the second segment, we'll be looking at a few things, but I can see your questions are coming in quite greatly. I can see very many people are watching as well on YouTube, on Facebook, and as well on the TV. Thank you so very much for joining, and welcome back. And I remember in the first segment, we looked at hand washing. What are the procedures? What are the best practices we need to do, especially at home? Personal hygiene. Why should you clean yourself? Yeah, everybody cleans the environment, they clean their surrounding, but but some even forget to clean themselves how they're supposed to be doing. Cold water, clean water, kitchen, the fridge. We've handled that quite greatly. Just to remind you again that this program is powered by Jessie K Hospital. And I'm just reminded that on the 3rd of July, something big is coming. Something big is coming, and I'm so excited about it. We are going to have our 3rd anniversary, and I'm looking forward to your support. I'm looking forward to seeing if you can make it. You can grab yourself a table, you can grab yourself some space and get to join us on that particular fundraising dinner. I will be glad to see you. You know, we've been impacting your life. It's time now to come and see, and we can get to dine together and see how we can continue to improve this program so that we can reach more people. Esther, that was a good one. That was a good deep dive. Maybe even before we get to the questions, I can see a lot of questions here from hand sanitizer, money, and phone. You know, we're going to go into these questions. Thank you so much, the people who've been able to join, and those a lot around cooking and how can you go just survive better. Maybe we can look at this and finish on that, Maybe what are, just in a nutshell, what are the basic food hygiene rules at home? Basic food hygiene that people should just take care of those. Then we'll go into the questions of our viewers today. We have quite a number, and I like them.
Basic food hygiene.
Yeah, rules we can just utilize at home. And maybe how we can also avoid cross-contamination.
Okay, the basic food hygiene. Number 1, wash your hands properly. With the running
40
water.
to 60 seconds.
Yes.
Rub your palm, rub at the back,
with soap.
Scrub.
Not just with water. They have to be soap. And at this point is running water, not water in a basin. If you're able to get some running water, even better. It doesn't necessarily have to be from a tap. Someone can have to pour some water from a jug. Somebody who has been at home to pour some water. It should be running water.
Because, so reusing water is dangerous. Reusing the water you've done with other things, then you try to wash it.
No. It should be running water. So running water with soap, rub your hands properly. Wash your hands at least for 20 seconds. If you're able to get to 40 to 60 seconds, even better. You'll make sure that you have been thorough. And you have to be very keen at those points in between, because, you know, even we pick up germs in our fingers, in our fingernails. I know for some of us, we don't like cutting our fingernails or keeping them short. So make sure you wash your hands thoroughly to make sure that you also get rid of the germs that's in between the fingers. So that is the first thing I'll be very keen to go about. The other thing, the attire that you wear. I know you don't just come from out there and you go to the kitchen and you prepare food. If you're not going to wear clean clothes, make sure have an apron, a clean apron when preparing foods. The other thing is avoid cross-contamination. If you're able to have different chopping boards to prepare these different meals, well and good. That is raw food from cooked food, separating raw and cooked food. Yes. Afterwards, making sure that you leave your kitchen spotlessly clean to keep away rodents and
Cockroaches.
Cockroaches that, there are so many people. Cockroaches are not really, okay, I know they might not necessarily be in your home because it means you're dirty because they move from one house to the other, but to make sure that we keep them at bay. Because, of course, if they find there is no food, of course,
they have no reservoir.
Yes.
Wow.
So, hygiene at all costs. Washing your hands, clean clothes. If not clean clothes, have a clean apron on you. Avoid cross-contamination in preparation of food, separating raw and cooked food, and washing your utensils. Yes.
Wow.
And also the surfaces, not only utensils, even the surface, because your utensils may be clean, but your surface is not clean.
You're not clean.
Yes.
Wow, there are very many people watching Esther here. I can see Sir Enoch on Facebook. I can see Joel and very many others on YouTube. And they're saying they're getting quite value today and they're enjoying it. Maybe we can go into some of the questions people have sent in and see how far we can be able to do today. Somebody's asking here, if I'm using hand sanitizer all the time, do I still need to wash my hands?
I'll say yes. It is, like I mentioned, our skin, we can say it's entirely dry. We produce oils, right? Or even oil, so it will pick up germs, and sanitizer may not necessarily get rid of all that grease that's on your skin. So I'll still insist, in as much as I've given an idea of sanitizing. Sanitizing is not bad; it is good, especially in situations where maybe clean water and soap is not available. But once you get the chance to wash your hands, please do. Because soap will make sure you get rid of all the grease and the dirt that's on your skin. So I'm not dismissing sanitizer. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not dismissing sanitizer. It is still okay to use it. But if you're able to get water and soap, please do
Even
it.
better.
Yes.
Wow, what's that here? Money or a phone? Joel is asking.
Aye, Manzi. None.
Both of
I would
them.
say both of them are...
Predisposed to...
Yes, both of them. Because you'll touch money, you'll touch your phone. What is the difference?
I don't remember seeing people clean their phones. How can they clean maybe in a second? How best can they maintain? You're always touching your phone, calling every single time in your pocket. Your baby, you've arrived home, baby watch cartoon.
Yeah, I know us as medics, we tend to maybe use a sanitizer. Maybe somebody in there, I know, okay, somebody was saying using a sanitizer might not be very good because maybe it might tamper with something. Maybe the best thing would be, if you have a cover, wash your cover. Wash it. Maybe for the phone, you can try sanitize, but don't use too much of it because I know it might maybe spoil the system of the phone. Yes.
Wow. Ian is asking, are hand dryers in public bathrooms clean, or I'm just blowing germs back into my hands? That's an interesting one.
Wow. Oh. Okay. I don't know what to say about that.
Mostly they're electric. So
yeah, it's electric.
I'm not sure if bacteria can sustain the temperatures there.
I don't really, because it's normally warm or hot.
Yeah.
Because when you put it closer, you feel as if it's hot air coming out.
Yeah.
I don't really think there is germs, not unless maybe from the surrounding that's there, if the place is not clean at all. But I highly doubt. It is still okay to use the hand dryer. Because ideally, we normally say after washing your hands, you either air dry them or use a clean hand towel to wipe your hands. The idea here is clean, not just any hand towel.
Clean.
A clean one. Yes.
Tabitha from Umoja, are kids more likely to spread germs through hands than adults?
It all depends with the surface. I don't really think. If you're making sure that you're observing all the points of hygiene in regards to ensuring the surface is clean, the surrounding of where the baby, like you just said, goes all the way down to environment, personal hygiene, food, and environment. If you observe all that, I don't really think for a child, how can a child really pass germs? If
They're
if
mobile, they're moving around, touching every place.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, because now you're the adult. You're the one
condition
who
the
have the
environment.
control.
Mhm.
So if you as an adult, you're not observing all that, then yes, they might transfer these germs from one point to the other. And I know there are points where children also, once they have gone for a long call, they'll touch that. You have to be very keen when it comes to children. With children, because they don't know, you have to be their minds. You have to really be the one in control of whatever they are doing to avoid now having those passing on those infections and all.
Wow. If I use my phone in the bathroom all the time, am I basically carrying toilet germs with me everywhere?
Of course you are.
People do TikTok.
Of course you are. Of course you are. You know me, whenever I think about that toilet, number one is that doorknob we just touched.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you'll touch. Because everyone after going to the washroom, what do? That's doorknob they touch. Of course, how many people have touched that doorknob? How many? And how many remember to clean? Even though it's at home, how many people remember?
It's even one of the forgotten surfaces.
Yes. So of course, yes, you'll pass on germs. and I know there's so many people who do that, and it's wrong. Actually, it's quite wrong. It's quite wrong. Why don't you go do your business, wash your hands, and get back to your phone?
You know, even worse, somebody else is busy waiting out there.
Exactly.
You're adding germs. Apart from adding germs, you're wasting somebody else's time.
No, having to think there's somebody who has maybe a diarrheal disease. And you're there with your phone. What do you expect?
Somebody else is asking here, how often should I clean? How often should kitchen towels be changed?
Kitchen towels.
Mm-hmm.
If you're able to do it daily, even better.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Daily, change them.
Yes.
Stock the ones you currently have new.
Or it all depends with the use also in the house. I might say daily, but if it's been used so much, it picks up. It's just the same as your towel. You'll notice after you use your towel two to three times in a week, it will start having that black. And I know people are like, the surface in the organ never picks up. No, it's not always the case because it also picks up germs. So I'll still think the same thing. If it's being used so much in the day, you can still. It doesn't really have to be after a day. Even within the day, if you have other clean ones, I would prefer you clean it as soon as you're done utilizing the towels. Yes.
Wow. Good morning. Sheila is asking if I wash my hands and then touch the tap to close it, have I just contaminated my hands again?
Yes, you have. Apparently, no. That's why after washing your hands, okay, something I do myself is I try to clean the tap a bit, and then maybe I wash my hands again and then pour some clean water on the tap. But what I feel the best thing to do is if you're able to have some clean paper towels, after washing your hands, you dry your hands with the clean paper towels, and then that paper towel, you close that tap with it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's the best thing to do.
That's a brilliant one.
Yes.
Is using alcohol wipes on phones enough? I think we've answered that.
I don't want to talk much about phones because I don't want to guide people and then they have yes, because one thing I know, even when it comes to a computer, I remember like our IT personnel, they're very keen to what we use even to wipe our computers because if you use too much water, if you're using water, the towel that you're using should just be done. Or on the other hand, if you're using sanitizer, at times they normally discourage sanitizer because some sanitizers are sticky. They may destroy the software of the computer or the phone. So I don't want to advise much on that. But if you're able to use maybe damp clothes that has soap, you try and wipe it a little bit, and then you rinse that cloth, and then you wipe it again. Maybe I guess that will work. So that we avoid destroying all your phone.
Also, there is a special detergent for machines. I think I've seen the laptop people. It looks foamy, but it's bought. It could also work.
Yeah, that's cool. Well. Yes, if there's that, you can still use that. Yes.
Gloria is asking from Wakairo, if I'm in a place with no soap, what's the best thing I should do?
Like I mentioned, sanitizer.
Just sanitizer.
Yes, I like in my bag I have a sanitizer. It's always good to have a small sanitizer. At least right now we are not in the COVID times where sanitizer was gold.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy a small one and put in your pocket. It goes a long way in areas that where there is lack of water and soap.
Wow.
Yes.
I eat in my car a lot. Is it that a hidden hygiene problem?
It is a whole lot, a whole lot. Because I'm thinking about that steering wheel. How many times do you wash your car? Irrespective of whether you wash it or not. Germs, like I said, bacteria is not something that you can see with naked eye. So the best thing will be, even though you might be eating in your car, have you observed the levels of hygiene that need to be observed? Sanitizing your hands. I know people use also wipes that are antibacterial, but as long as you do it well, it will still go a long way to avoiding any infection coming along.
There's an interesting question here. If I press buttons with my knuckle instead of my finger, does that actually reduce the risk?
No, it doesn't.
So how do you even?
No, it doesn't. The best thing, just go the normal way, but make sure you observe hygiene. Because still at the end of the day, even though you're pressing with your knuckles, you still have to wash your hands. You still have to.
Wow.
It's just the same thing. Huh? I know some people are bachelors. They don't always have somebody in the house. You don't wash your house because it's dirty. It's dirty because people came in or not. You wash it because there is normally dust that normally settles. You'll find that after some time, even though you have wiped the surface, you find there is dust that has settled on top. You still have to make sure you wipe those surfaces, irrespective of whether that room has been in use or not, so that you make sure you observe hygiene at all costs. So meaning, even though you lose your knuckles, and still on the other day, you still wash your hands. So please wash your hands. You just use your hands and wash your hands appropriately.
Wow.
Yeah.
Somebody else is asking, if I'm cooking and I need to refer to my phone for a recipe, do I have to keep washing my hands every time I touch the phone?
Of course. Why don't you have it written down? If you're able to have it written down, even better. Because, like I said, phones are one of the ways of passing in germs. Because you can imagine if somebody will go with it to the toilet. Or I've seen people even put money in that phone. And money is also dirty. That doesn't mean that the phone is not dirty. But yes, you have to keep washing your hands.
Wow. We've been able to cover most of the questions. I can see more people have joined in and they're saying that they're learning quite a lot today. Just a kind reminder that we are still having our 3rd anniversary cooking up. Please keep your eyes on our social medias. You're going to see a lot of content coming through for that. And we wish to welcome you. You're a corporate company, you're a corporate person, you'd like to be part of that particular event, that particular session. We have a table for you. Just reach out to us and we'll be able to guide you on the best ways to go around that. Otherwise, we appreciate you for the very many times we've been able to join. And I'm sure every single time we have a Healthy You program, you're always learning how to stay informed and to lead healthy lives. Thank you so very much. There's a lot of ignorance we've been able to remove from different facets of life, from your mind to your body, from your body to your soul, and now you're leading better and healthy lives. We've covered a lot of wide range of topics that have been able to make you a better person. Even to make this possible and to continue the same mandate, you know how it is an intensive investment to continue just getting to come live to you. We would like to make this service available to many people across the country and even the region, and we need your support. So feel free to reach out to us if you'd like to be part of that particular engagement, and we'll be so much glad. Thank you so very much for joining in today and for learning so much. Maybe even as we push towards a close, we can just talk about one thing. Then we get to move around. Maybe Esther, we can look at our environment. How does our environment influence disease spread? Maybe the people your house is clean, but the place you live at is not a clean place. Maybe you're near a garbage, you're near a dump site. How does environment influence disease spread? Maybe how can we also get to do better around that, even as we run to a close?
When it comes to the environment, I'll think about waste disposal. Besides now making sure the surfaces are clean and all, I'll think about waste disposal. And waste disposal, at this point, there are places that have flying toilets, right? And those ones are the are the worst because fecal matter will pass on in. Because if you can imagine somebody with typhoid or cholera and
flying people wondering what is flying toilets.
Yes, flying toilets. It's where people will go on for a short coin, maybe in a paper, and then they go and throw it. They dispose it in a river, or they dump it in a.
It's dangerous.
In where other waste is out there, which is not safe for human or for anyone. Because one thing I know, at times we think we cannot get these also from the animals that we have. That is now the chicken or the meat that we eat. We can get it. We can get it based on whatever they consume and all. But whenever I think about environmental hygiene, I'm thinking about waste disposal. So it's always good to make sure that waste is disposed of well. And at this point now, where we live close to our garbage, this goes now down to our government. How are they assisting us to make sure that the waste is properly disposed? I know there are different companies that are out here that people pay. They pick up the garbage, they go sort it out and dispose of that garbage. But now, not everyone does that. There is one specific area that people go to dump things. And of course, it becomes a breeding site of pests and diseases.
Wow.
So this goes down to our government. How are they assisting us to make sure that the wastes, these areas are controlled, to make sure the garbage is properly disposed to avoid now having infection and reinfection of all these diseases that normally come up.
Glad.
Yes. But now if you as a person, but now as much as I'm throwing this to the government, it also comes down to you as a person. You shouldn't be the number one person to contribute to that. No, there should be a proper way of disposing waste. Yes.
Wow, we have a role to play as a people, we have a role to play as a community, we have a role to play as a society. Don't be a contributor to the environmental degradation we are having. Don't be that person who at night secretly, you and your bag trying to find a place to throw, or you're the person who is making the play or the surrounding smell in a very, very weird manner, or you're that person who is contributing to it. You are part of it. Even the government as well, as it institutionalizes policy, as it tries to check, city council goes around to check on that, but you have a role to play even outside your shop. Don't be the person who is, there's a time when I was just going to work and I met somebody on the way throwing some bags in the trench, and I was very mad at her. It's outside her business, and she's throwing that in that particular trench just because it's raining and the water is flowing there. The people are contributing to the blockages you're having in the drainages.
Yes.
And they'll come complaining that the government is not doing something.
Yes,
but we are the people who are causing some of these problems. If only somebody can clean their environments, the place they are at, the entire world would be clean. So just take the broom, clean where you are at. Let Esther clean where she is at. Let Stanley clean where he is at, and our world is going to be a better place. Caretakers, don't allow the laziness people present with. People at night, and you notice that, punish them really, really harshly. Maybe as we run to a close, Esther, you can just give your parting shot by telling us maybe what are 2 or 3 hygiene habits we should adopt immediately, and remember as to our viewers. Then you give us a parting shot.
Maybe I can share what I normally, it's a rule for me that I follow.
Yes.
I know we have mentioned so much about our hands. It's because we do so many things with our hands. So my number 1 rule is make sure that you observe good hand hygiene. Besides that, let's take care of one another. Take care of one another in the sense of ensuring our environment is clean, and even ensuring that even in preparation of food, you observe good hygiene.
Wow.
Yes. Because we don't take care of one another, that person who you didn't take care of will be the one to bring you that infection that you're running away from. So that's why I'm saying it's always good to let's take care of one another by ensuring that we observe hygiene at all costs.
Wow.
Yes.
Maybe how can people reach out to you? How can they get you?
I'm always in JCK from Tuesday to Saturday. If you need any nutrition education or guidance in terms of diet, and also to learn more based on anything pertaining nutrition, you can always visit JCK. I'm situated at JCK Roysambu from Tuesday till Saturday. Mnakaribishwa sana. And remember, we always say our rule is you first.
Wow.
So let's take care of ourselves.
Amazing. So we've been talking about JCK Hospital being the sponsor of this particular program, and today we have their clinical nutritionist. She's been there for quite some good time, and he does an amazing job. If you want to make any consultation in terms of nutrition, from Tuesday to Saturday, you are going to be interacting with her one-on-one. With this wealth of information, I'm sure the consultation you have for your kids, for your family, for your spouse, she'll be able to handle that. So if you need to reach out to her, find her at JCK Hospital. Otherwise, just as we come to a close, I'd like to remind you about our anniversary coming up soon on the 3rd of July. I'm very sure you would like to be part of it. I thank you so very much for the days you've joined in, for the value you've gotten, for those that have kept sharing, even now as you keep sharing and subscribing to our YouTube channel and the various platforms we are on. Thank you so very much. And even to culminate that, we would like your support. In whichever way you could be able to support us, look at our social medias and you can reach out to us. If you'd like to as well partner with us, we are so much welcoming you to do so. I'll be there as well. I would like to see you. Come tell us how it has been. I'm sure we'll try our level best to make sure Esther is there as well, so that you can also get to see her. Otherwise, that was our moment, just to remind you that your hands may be carrying more than you think. Haven't you seen that? Keep learning, keep growing, and keep leading healthy lives. That was our time. To that end, adios, muchachos. See you next time. Bye-bye.
At JCK Hospital, we understand that a child's smile is priceless. That's why our dental services are tailored with care and compassion to ensure your little ones have the best experience possible. From gentle checkups to specialized treatments, our pediatric dental experts create a safe and friendly environment, making every visit fun and stress-free. Because we believe healthy habits start young. And for the grown-ups, we've got you covered too, with top-notch dental care for the whole family. Visit JCK Hospital today, located in Roysambu, opposite Park University on Lumumba Drive, and experience dental care that's gentle, professional, and family-friendly. JCK Hospital, you first.